Now it's a pleasure to invite to the podium Pedro Camarena. Pedro is a landscape architect by the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, and he has a master's degree in sustainable development for the University of Lanús Flacam. He's co-founder of Lab, an architect's firm focused on landscape architecture, urban interventions, and the territorial scale. Professor of Design Workshop at the Landscape Architecture Academic Unit at UNAM, and visiting professor at the Master's Degree in Landscape Architecture program on the Universidad Marista in Mérida, Yucatan. Please, let's welcome him to the podium.
Thank you, Professor Charles Waldheim, for inviting me to this. It's a pleasure to me. It's an honor to be here. And thank you, GSD School, Harvard University, Pedro Aparicio, Tocayo, Iñaki, gracias. Ustedes me contactaron para venir acá, so thank you very much. And of course, I want to thank all my colleagues from the faculty of UNAM, of the Landscape School. Thank you very much for being here. Well, stop atrás. Maybe I switch to English and Spanish sometimes, so be careful. I want to. Pedro Aparicio asked me to talk about this project of the Ruta de la Amistad, because I think because this project was nominated in the Bienal 2014. It's beautiful, and I love this, obviously, because it's a work about 11 years. I think it's not a project. I mean, this is a process, because I started working on this many years ago, and now the things that we done in the campus, university campus, I think is very useful to create some ideas of landscape and applicate that ideas in the city. Well, but first let me show you the transformation of Mexico City in 500 years. Just take 500 years, this massive and dramatically change of the environment from lacustream to a chaotic city. And another landscape that changed very profound the cultural and the region about 2,000 years ago. I mean the Pedregal of San Ángel, but how this landscape changes in 50 years, completely disappear. So this is an extraordinary place to understand landscape and try to put on some ideas. Look that guy over there in the 50s, just managed the landscape. He's not doing no architecture, nothing. She just managed the landscape. Those are photographs for Armando Salas Portugal, and when I saw this, I started crying because now it's covered all around. It's surrounded by city, an ugly city, not exactly a beautiful. So I realized that when I saw this, I realized that landscape is a non-renewable resource. So we have to be very, very careful in the decision-making process to go and create cities. Well, in 1968, with the Olympic Games, Pedro Ramirez Vázquez, super Mexican architect, have this nice idea about cultural Olympic something, and he promoted this road of friendship with all of the sculptures aligned in a highway. And this is from Italia. He invited all countries to give us a sculpture and create a friendship by sculpture in a highway that was like this. Take a look, just 49 years ago. 49 years ago. Take a look at this. This is the cross of Periférico and Viaducto Tlalpan. This is, of course, my favorite sculpture, the Italian, made by the Sardinian sculptor Constantino Nivola. But take a look at Villacuapa, with horses and cows. No? And, of course, the Pedregal, that was in the middle of the road, well, in the route. Lovely pieces, sculpture. They really create a special, look this, the cows on the highway. But now it's not the cows, it's the chaos that surrounds these sculptures because of this. In just 30 years, the Pedregal became the city. 30 years. This is Periférico. This is the campus, the university campus. And all of that now is a city. It starts with Luis Barragán, sadly, but it's true. And unfortunately, they don't understand that this project iba a empezar, iba a detonar el crecimiento de la Ciudad de México. It starts to the urban sprawl of Mexico City to the south. The south is a very important area for recharge water to the aquifer because these geological stones that are act like a sponge, no, to capture water and all of that. This is the only architect I think understand the Pedregal, Max Cheto, because the other ones put, palms and cypress and all that is exotic plants from Africa, from Europe, from Asia, from Australia. And in the other side, that was in the west side of the university, and in the east side, 20 years later, became massive, irregular settlements because people want a place to live, like the other guys in the Pedregal. So, in one side you have this, and in another you have these beautiful gardens up on the rocks, and the need of housing, and the university in between. So it's magnificent because university always is in the middle of the problems of all the country, So. And why I say a process is not a project? Because we start doing more books and information for people to understand flora, fauna, native species, to understand how we connect in the lack of space of Pedregal between streets, camellones, parks, little spots of wilderness, etc. And we start working on that many years ago and continue just to show the people how to use native flora and create a rocky substrate to allow natural wild get in the city. Sorry. So now we have more or less 30 projects, little, medium projects inside the campus in order to substitute the landscape, the typical Frenchy style gardens, to more natural, rocky, lava gardens. No? And that's why they invite me to create a garden, and I say, no, it's not a garden. We have to restore we have to uncover the rocks to create a dignified place for these sculptures that was threatened, no? By the highway, by the new highway. Oh my God. Well, basically, we've done just few sketches, a few drawings, some details, not much more than that, because the only thing we need is to uncover the rock and let the nature get in again. So when I saw this photograph, I started thinking that it's not landscape architecture, it's more archaeology landscape or landscape archaeology or something like that. By now, start appearing a lot of wild and local and native plants, of course, with that substrate of rock. And it looks like this. And we continue working on the rescue of many other sculptures, because this project impacts too much to the different embassies all around and they say, we want to put money in restore the Pedregal, and please relocate my sculpture from República Checa or Switzerland or whatever. We found orchids then inside the rocks. I didn't put that orchid. That means the orchid, the roots of that orchid, lived there under the earth, covered by the earth, for 40 years or something like that. And then when we uncover, they start to go up again, rebirth or something like that. It's really beautiful. Take a look. This is just a simple minimum palette, because we have more than 300 species, local species over there. Of course, fauna is a lot. Birds, especially birds, we have in the university campus, that it means like a super little spot all over the basin of Mexico. We have the half of the birds represented all over la cuenca, the basin. Do you understand? O sea, lo digo en español. Tenemos representada en la reserva de la ciudad universitaria la mitad de la avifauna que hay en toda la cuenca de México, en 237 hectáreas. Esto es un dato muy importante, porque quiere decir que con que arregles un poquito, puedes atraer a la fauna y a la flora, desde luego, y recomponer el paisaje dentro de la ciudad. Well, I think I'm on time, so thank you very much. This is the orchid. Se las presento, es Bletia urbana. It's a magnificent plant, lovely. And thank you very much. And that's all. Just one thing, una cosita más. Voy a aprovechar, yo sé que no es muy político esto, pero voy a aprovechar para hacerle publicidad a un esfuerzo que estamos haciendo de crear una revista, la primera revista impresa de arquitectura de paisaje, con mis alumnos de la primera generación de la maestría de arquitectura de paisaje en la Universidad de Marista de Mérida. No saben el esfuerzo que están haciendo estos chicos por hacer esto. Los invito a todos a que se inscriban, a que la compren y a que publiquen y a que se hagan promoción, sus despachos aquí, y nos ayuden a mantener esta revista como la revista de Arquine, del querido Miquel, pero de paisajistas. Bueno, thank you very much.